Welcome back, everyone. It's our Wink 7. Today I am looking to shoot a beginner video, so these will be some beginner tips. But to start off, I want to congratulate the Ishin Revengers of the Ishinverse project on the lovely skin that's been introduced into the game. So here's the Ishin Zen Garden Dojo. Now these are unlocked by holding one of the Ishin Revengers. I'll show you those real quick right now. So this is the collection. The max benefit is going to be 20% booster on your LL Sport. And I'm at 19.44 with 7 of them, which is why 7's sort of my happy spot when it comes to getting almost max benefits from NFTs. So congratulations, guys. Beautiful skin. Cool collection, so definitely look at picking yourself up one, especially if you use the LL Sports. Personally, myself, I do have a LL Sport. Go check it out. It's a quality 7 over here on my block Nexus, up into Division 1 right now, so it's looking pretty good with the dojo skin on it. But yeah, so for today, I want to shoot a beginner tip video. Hopefully this will help some of the newer players coming in and understand the game a little bit better and excel at climbing the leaderboard. So, if there's anything I miss, shoot it down below. Maybe I'll make a video specific on those topics. But first, I want to start off by saying, Main City, the concept of Main City is a daily game, right? So it is daily progress towards leveling up your businesses, and it's a continuation of what you were doing before, right? You could purchase businesses and whatnot, but you're logging in daily and interacting with the game on a regular basis to be able to collect your diamonds, right, which are used to upgrade your businesses, as well as collect the gold that your businesses, or the cash in this case, because I'm on to titanium now. So you'll be collecting the cash to be able to continue to level up these businesses. So with that being said, it's a daily grind, really. So you're going to be logging in daily, which is why now they have the daily roar as well as daily rewards. So, being able to log in daily is going to get you a reward streak. And so far we've got 5 common blueprints and then 2 gold blueprints for the surprise rewards, and we still have 2 more to go. So maybe we're getting some more gold, maybe we're going to get a really big diamond payout, much bigger than the 120 mil down here. So we'll have to see what comes. It'll be pretty much during the competition that we'll be getting this next one, then right at the end of the competition we'll be getting the last one. But that's one big thing, is you want to at least log in daily, collect your daily reward, get that streak going, and also do your daily roars, right? You get a free booster every day. You get 3 free attacks at a base, as well as 1 free defense. And then you get 3 free daily roar spins. And then you can pay using diamonds or vouchers. I don't recommend using vouchers. I recommend using diamonds only. But you can pay for an extra 10 spins. So these, we'll just do one quick spin here, are definitely beneficial. You want to come in and do these. They're going to give you gold. They're going to give you diamonds. They're going to give you boosters, attacks, defenses, all sorts of stuff other than blueprints. So pretty much you're getting any other in-game asset through this. So it's well worth coming and doing these spins. A little tip from myself, I like to save them to do them closer to the daily roar reset. So you can see here there's a timer. I've got about 20 hours until the daily roar resets. So I like to try to normally do the spins closer to the daily roar reset, because it's a lot likely that I've increased the gold of my big businesses or the cash generation. So this will go up and I'll be getting better cash from the daily roar spin. So there's one other thing. Let me just turn the sound on. That's something that you can do daily. Now it's a very big community event within the Discord, and there he goes. So you can hear that. There's some honking in the background. What that's telling you is there is a Cyber Cub delivery. Now, they happen every 4 hours, and you can get 5 of them throughout one cycle. And then you're able to collect 10 of these a day, and they're going to give you the same sort of rewards that you can get from the daily roar. So it's really good to try and go look for these cubs. Basically what you're going to do is cycle through your lands, and hopefully you'll be able to find them. Now again, it's a lot easier once you have all 10 lands in the regions. You're going to probably be depending on the city plaza quite a bit. They're usually calling them out. So Big just called it out in the city plaza. So shout out Big. He called out that it's on Lucent 5. So if we go to Lucent 5, you'll see the little truck right here. And then you want to click on him, and it's going to pop up your daily reward or your reward. So this was really nice. This is about 5 extra spins on the daily roar. So this is a pretty good little payout. So thank you, Cyber Cub, for helping make the video a little bit better. Then you'll just click receive, and then you wait for the next one. Now with these guys, they show up every 4 hours, like I was saying, and they reset with the daily roar. So when this timer gets back to 0 and then it resets, the cubs are going to start again. So that's an easy way for you to tell when the daily roar resets. Claim these boosters, and then you can tell what time it is for you, so that you can try to be attentive and get 2 cycles a day. So it's a little incentive to try and log in around when the Cyber Cubs are doing the deliveries. That way you can come in, get some extra bonuses, do your daily reward streak stuff, and then also do some upgrading on your businesses. So that sort of wraps up all the daily activities that you guys can perform. You got your daily roar, your daily rewards, and your Cyber Cubs to chase. So make sure you're logging in daily and get those bonuses, because it's going to help you climb the leaderboard faster than people that skip out on them. All right, so the next thing that I want to talk about is attacking. Okay, so when it comes to attacking, as you see, you get from the daily roar 3 free attacks. I should have waited to claim them, but you will get 3, at least until you're in Division 1. Then when you hit, I believe it's Prestige 200, or maybe it's 100, you get an extra, it might be 100, then you get an extra attack. So that's very helpful as well. So what you want to do though with attacking, and this is the little trick that I like to use just because I don't have enough backpack space. I'll come in and I unequip all of my tools, and then I'm going to equip all of my weapons. And if I'm going to put defenses up, which I might as well right now, put up all of these. Actually, maybe I don't have enough space anymore to equip everything. I did purchase a few things recently. Let me just take a quick look here and make sure everything is equipped, because the last thing you want to do is put up defenses without everything equipped. Wow, so exactly perfect. So first what I'll do is I'm going to launch my defenses. Now, I don't recommend purchasing them unless you absolutely need to, but if you have some in store or reserves, like from collecting them from the daily roar, then it's worth putting them up. I'm going to buy this one just to show you guys. We'll put up all of the defenses and then just quickly go over them. So you can sort of see the wispy winds. Maybe I'll switch to an easier land to see it on. There we go. So you can sort of see the wind coming up off of this common. That's your Gale of Safety. It's going to protect your business from the Veil of Venom. We can also hover over top of this and you'll see that there are defense income bonuses. Now, what these defense income bonuses are, when you activate a defense, you get 20% of that defense's bonus roll as a income bonus, at least until you get hit by an attack. Once you're hit by an attack, then you're going to be using whatever you rolled to subtract from the incoming attack. So they get less bonus and you're not as affected. So you can see here, let's take a quick look at my rolls. Not too bad. That's a really bad roll. That is really bad. I can roll 270, so that's about half. Actually, I think that might be the bottom of what I can roll. That's not too bad. And then this one is pretty decent. Let me just take a quick look here. If I hover over top of this, yeah, so that's 10 above my minimum that I could have rolled. So I rolled really bad on that Gigabyte Guardian. Good thing I'm not under attack, otherwise I'd be a little bit annoyed. But essentially, that's what the wind is. So if you see that coming up, and let me just turn on. Oh, we still got the Cubs a honking. But you hear that in the background? That's the defense there. Now, this giant shield above it, this is your Gigabyte Guardian. That is going to protect your best business from incoming attacks from the malware Maelstrom. This border all the way around, this is your photon barrier. This is going to protect your city from the Kingpin's wrath. That attack affects all of your businesses on your lands, and it can be pretty devastating if you get hit by 130%. I believe the max is about 140 if the person has a lot of NFTs. And then these little turrets here that you can see on the sides, these are there to defend against your aerial bombardment. And the aerial bombardment is the attack that goes and steals diamonds from you. So it basically defends against that. And you can see down here in the bottom, when I'm not under attack, I'm getting that income diamond bonus as well. And then the last one, let me just switch over to my block nexus. You can see these little police cars here. So there's these little police cars. They are the perimeter patrol. There we go. So you can see them here. The perimeter patrol, they're set up to stop the Savannah bandits. And when you're under attack by Savannah bandits, you'll see little guys in a car with a jetpack, and they'll jump over to your business and then back. So that's essentially the defenses. Now with defenses, they get applied to all 7 regions, whereas with attacks, both incoming and outgoing. So when you get hit by an attack, it only gets applied to 5 of the 7 regions, right? So you can find a region that hasn't been hit, and you can move your big businesses over to that region so that you're not as affected by that income loss. Now you can also, that also plays for your attacks. So when you attack somebody, it's going to only hit and apply benefits to 5 of your 7 regions, right? So you're going to essentially want to look through all of your lands to see which land got the better attack bonuses. Now, when it comes to attacking, they just made a change where we're able to hit people 3 above and 3 below, which is good because now I'm sort of stuck in between a lot of Legion here. So I'll show you, if I were to attack this guy, you can still see it's 95% chance to hit him because he is 3 above. As soon as I go 4 out, it drops to 50%. So you want to be attacking these people that are in the 95% chance. So let me see. Hopefully this guy is not under attack. Perfect. So he's a 95. He's only 2 ranks away. So what I like to do when it comes to attacking is I usually start off with the aerial bombardment. Now, if you don't have a lot of lands or any of the NFTs to boost this attack, I don't recommend using it. At least stack them for now until you do have more lands and more NFTs. That way you're able to maximize this to its fullest. And this is a pretty expensive attack, so you don't want to be wasting them. All right, so essentially what you want to do is you're just going to find the opposite faction, and then you're going to launch your attacks. So let's see what we get. Hopefully we get over 12%. I think that's my payback. Okay. Actually, so 11 does pay back. Normally I'm at, I think it's 6.9, almost 7 million diamond cost. So I made about 1 million diamonds off that attack. Not the greatest. I can usually hit for about 20. So unfortunate, but it is what it is. Next, let's hit him with the kingpin, and then I slowly work my way down. Now you can find your own happy medium. Again, you might not want to buy any kingpins, so it's not very useful for you. So you might just start off with the malware. But essentially what you want to do is just send out your attacks as quick as possible. That way you can get them out before the leaderboard refreshes so that you don't get something like that. Let me just double check to make sure he's still in that same spot and that I haven't moved. Yeah, so that's what happened. So see, he moved down because I hit him hard enough that I am now a 50% chance to hit him. So unfortunately, this is why I was hoping they would increase it to 5 opposed to 3. Once again, now I'm sandwiched in between only Legion, so I either have a choice. Do I attack my own teammates, which I do not advise to do, or do I do something like this? So there's a drop-down technique you can do, which is where you remove your businesses. So let me go and get all of my best businesses off of my lands. And this will drop me in income, hopefully enough that I'm able to continue attacking him. And I'm really surprised that the leaderboard refreshed that quickly. Normally, it's like at least a minute and I can get off all of the attacks. So I am sort of surprised that I was not able to at least hit a follow-up attack after that kingpin. So now I'm down to a lot lower income generation. So essentially what we want to do is we're going to wait for the leaderboard to refresh, and then it's going to drop me down in between these two guys. And then I'll be able to attack. So while that happens, let's just take a quick look at these notifications. So these are the battle notifications that you're going to get. And it tells you exactly what your percentage hit was, how much you reduced their income by, as well as how much you've increased yours. And the most important information here, it's going to tell you the stolen bonus. So the stolen bonus is the actual percentage that you get applied to your business. And the nice thing about this little notification is it tells you if they have any defenses up. Now, because he's got a 0, right? He had a 0 bonus effect. That means he did not have any defenses up. So that's what that 0 is. So I get the full effect and then multiply it by 70% because we get 70% of the attack attributed to our businesses. So because I removed my best business, I guess I didn't hit the gigabyte or the malware. So we can take a look here and you can see the Kingpin Wrath is applied to this land. So I got that 48.5% applied to my main motors. Let's see if we can find a land that doesn't have it applied. So that way I can show you what I'm talking about. So if we take a look here, again, Kingpin was applied. Let's take a look at my block nexus. And it was applied. Lucent. It was applied. Let's take a look at the Crimson Reaches. It's also applied. So Sapphire and Aurora Wilds should not have this bonus unless they did a little sneaky change. There we go. So Kingpin, you can see down there at the under the attack income bonus, it is not applied to this land. So this is one of the lands that did not get that attack bonus. You can also see there should be some information regarding the other attack that I sent out. I don't see it specifically here. So perhaps they do not show you if you, or maybe that's something I might have to confirm, but I don't know if we see, maybe we have to go to the world map to be able to see which ones have that bonus on it. No, does not show you. Oh, and speaking of which, this is another daily that I missed. There is daily quests, so make sure you do your daily quests. What do we got here for myself? placing 6 pieces of furniture. So I'll do that in a moment. All right, so we have dropped in rank here. So let's finish. Actually, let's hit somebody different. Oh, he's already under attack. So let's try hitting the same opponent so we can send out some more attacks. So let's finish off the Savannah Bandit. See if we can get 100. Not too bad. And then we will do this attack here. And this one is the one that will boost your commons. So again, let's go over these. So your Veil of Venom, it's going to boost your common businesses. Ignore the picture. It's showing a rare. It shouldn't be showing this business. It should be showing the one beside it that's being affected. Savannah Bandit, it will affect all businesses that are touching a obstacle. And this also works on the diagonal. So you can set up and basically have a decent amount of businesses all the way around here getting bonuses. Malware Maelstrom, this is going to affect your best business on your land. So if you get hit with it, it's going to take your business down. If you hit somebody with it, it's going to boost yours. Aerial Bombardment, this is going to take diamonds from your opponent as well as boost your diamond income. And then the Kingpin Wrath, this one is going to affect all businesses on the affected region, and it will also affect all of your opponent's businesses to either boost it or debuff them, depending on whether you're attacking them or they hit you with the attack. So that's essentially what you're looking at for the attacks. And then once you're done attacking, you want to go and put all of your tools back on by unequipping your weapons and armor, and then equipping all of your tools. And then last thing you got to do is, if you were dropping down, you want to make sure you come back. Let's filter by division, and let's put these back on my lands so that I bump back up to my original income. Now it should be boosted as well. So let's put this LL Sport back on. Let's see. So we did not get the Savannah Bandit boost, which is annoying because this is the only land I can take advantage of the Savannah Bandit boost. And oftentimes it does not apply to it. And let's get my last 2 businesses on here. And then the last thing I want to, or the next thing I want to talk about with you guys is the business combos. So let me drop this here so you can see what I'm talking about in regards to business combos. So with business combos, you see these blue lines that just formed to attach to this diner. Now these are the business combos. You want to try to set up as many business combos as you can, and the maximum benefit is hit once you're at prestige 10. So you'll see no benefit when they're prestige 0, but it's good to set them up anyways. That way as you move through your prestiges, you can bring them up to prestige 10. So if we click on this, you can see I'm getting an extra 10K per hour per cool cat that's attached to it. So I've got these 3 attached, so they are all providing those bonuses. Now, if we click on the Pride Records, they've also got a different combo called Indie Vibes combo. Now you get 20K for pairing this one with a cool cat. So the cool cat paired with the Pride Records is going to give you a different bonus than what the cool cat paired with the diner is. And again, we've also got the LL Sport. It pairs with 2 different businesses. Oh, I must have missed this one. Let's put the skin on there. There we go. So you get the fitness combo. And the fitness combo is a combo with the LL Sport and your gym. And then you've got the lifestyle combo. And the lifestyle combo is your Leo & Co. and your gym. So this is what the Leo & Co. looks like. and then there's your gym. So you can set up these combos and they're going to increase your diamond production as well. And the diamond production here, I believe, is influenced also by your aerial bombardment. So if you hit a good aerial bombardment, these percentages will go up. So as you move forward, you're going to be getting a lot of blueprints. So one thing you could do with the blueprints is set up these business combos so that you can increase your diamond generation. Now, one other way to increase your diamond generation is also to purchase some of the free lands. So if you click down here, you're able to confirm a purchase for one of the in-game arid lands. Now with the arid lands, they, as you can see, have a lot of obstacles, but they do boost your diamond production. So they're worth purchasing, at least up until you start to require vouchers. Once they start costing you vouchers, I don't find them as beneficial, but I mean, that's up to personal choice, especially also depending on how many lands you have. Now, speaking of lands, there are 2 NFT collections that are specific to lands. So I recommend these over any other NFT purchase for the game, because the lands are going to unlock a higher production from your arids, and also just give you a lot better diamond production. And really, diamonds are very necessary when it comes to buying in-game assets and increasing the prestige of your businesses, as well as unlocking rooms within the mansion to decorate and using them for merging. So there's 5 main regions plus 2 secret ones. So the first region is your Crimson Reaches. Out of the Fractured Fate collection, there's 4, so you can get the rare to the mythical, and the starter version is in the First Frontier collection. So if you're looking for the starter version of the Crimson Reaches, you need to look into the First Frontier. If you're looking for a higher rarity, it's going to be in the Fractured Fates. Next region is your Aurora Wilds. This is your Fertile Turf, that's the starter, and then the rare is the First Frontier collection called the Alluring Aurora. And then again, you get the rest of the rarities throughout here. Now, the third region, this is your Sapphire Sanctum. There's your starter, rare, and then the epic is the one that's from the First Frontier collection. And then we've got the Molten Forge. So you've got your starter, rare, and epics, and then it's the legendary version that's in the First Frontier collection, and it's called your Molten Cavern. And then the last of the main regions is your Block Nexus, and you're able to get all of them except for the mythical. The mythical is the mythical land in the First Frontier collection. And this is also the only land I do not own currently, which is why I'm able to take advantage of Savannah Bandit on my Blocked Nexus land. Then we have the 2 primordials. So there's the Lucent Ascent, and the name of this one is the Diadem of Fate. This is the primordial. And then there's the second primordial, which is your Stygian Storm, and it's called your Fractured Throne. So those are your 2 primordials. They produce a little bit more diamonds than your mythicals. But other than that, I mean, there's not really much difference. Actually, they do give a 5% extra bonus gold-wise. So that's part of the regional bonuses, which I'll go over right now. So if we go to the world map, you'll see here there are regional bonuses. So if we take a look at the Molten Forge, there's the land combo active bonus. So I get bonus by 10% gold and 5% diamonds and a -2 to the business upgrade cost. And that's cash only right now. So it's the cash cost of business upgrades. When you're looking at the primordials, you get the Primordial Ascent bonus, which is 15% gold opposed to the 10 for any other. And then there's also the 5% diamond and the 2% business upgrade reduction. So They're helpful, but again, I still don't think they're that great. They're definitely not worth the floor price that they're at right now just for that extra 5% gold, but they do look really nice. I can just show you them real quick here. So there's your Lucent Ascent, and here's our Fractured Throne up there in the top corner. Not too bad looking. Actually, I'll show you the mythicals as well. So this is the mythical from your Crimson Reaches, the Aurora Wilds mythical, which is the bow, Sapphire Sanctum. This is the mythical, kind of looks like a trident to me that's underneath the water or land here. And then the last mythical that I have is the Molten Forge with the giant sword in the lava. All right, so that's basically what you're looking at for the land NFTs. So really what I recommend is if you get into the game, first NFT purchase should be a land NFT. Purchase a starter, and try to get a starter in every region. The only regions you won't be able to get starters in are Lucent Ascent and the Stygian Storm. So try to get a starter from the first Frontier and Crimson Reaches, or Fractured Fates for Aurora Wild, Sapphire Sanctum, Molten Forge, and Block Nexus. So once you grab those, they're going to boost the arids in those regions as well. So you'll be getting a lot more diamonds and moving a lot quicker. Now, you can also use the diamonds, like I was saying, for merging. So with merging, and let's just go to the workshop here. So you can convert blueprints. This I really do not recommend. There's no point to merging blueprints and converting them. You're more likely to pull good stuff out of the 50 blueprints than you are out of that one gold blueprint. But when it comes to merging, essentially you're going to be able to take your businesses and combine them. This is going to increase the quality. So I did a lot of merging. I have a merging video out from yesterday. So if you're interested in watching the frustration that I have with merging, by all means go watch. But essentially what you want to do is you're just going to slowly take these, merge them together, and create stronger and stronger businesses. Now, I don't really recommend doing it with your commons, other than maybe having one of each common as a really strong one. But in the end, you're going to need 95 businesses. And with those 95 businesses, you're going to have probably 85 to 90 of those businesses be your cool cats, your gyms, and your diners. Now, you might ask why? Why would you do that? It's primarily because you're really not going to move very fast if you try to bring up a lot of big businesses. You're going to just basically be using these cool cats as prestige requirements, right? So as you climb prestige, you need to have a specific amount of businesses available at that prestige to be able to climb to the next prestige, right? These are the prestige requirements, and most people will just use commons to meet the prestige requirements. It's the cheapest and most effective way, and really you only need a few businesses to generate your cash. So that's essentially what you want to be doing. Now, when it comes to your mansion, right, you're going to go into the mansion, and what a lot of players are doing right now is you're going to fill the room with one piece of furniture, right? So I just did all of these king posters. So I put my king posters in every single room until I couldn't place them anymore. So that's essentially what you want to do. And then once you hit full max, you can place one more by dragging it out, hitting clear furniture, and then putting it on the wall. So that's why I got this one right here. And if we go to my furniture, you'll see that I'm already maxed out here. So there's the 20 already. So that's one little tip to just get an extra little bit of XP. But that's essentially what people are doing right now, is just placing all of the same piece of furniture over and over again until it doesn't make the bar move. And then once it stops, it essentially, you just move on to the next piece, or you can just keep grinding it out. It's up to you. But I need to place 6 pieces of furniture here. So let me just scroll down here and just grab 6 random. That way I can get that daily quest done. And as you place furniture, right, you're going to move your XP bar. That's going to increase your level, and then every level you get 7 blueprints. Now, personally, I recommend opening them. I open all of my blueprints. As you can see, I have a bunch stacked up right now. Now, the reason why I have them stacked up, this is a cool little addition, actually. So I'm glad they showed you which land you're going back to. But the reason why I'm stacking my blueprints is just in case they bring out new businesses. I want to have blueprints ready to open and possibly get one of those new businesses. So it's not guaranteed, but I'm just hoping that that's, if that comes out, I can at least try to take advantage of the blueprints I have in stock already to maybe get some of these newer businesses. But yeah, open your businesses, set up business combos so you can take advantage of the extra diamond generation. By all means, if you need to, you can sell some stuff on the market. I've been buying up a lot of quality 2s to do more merging with. I am trying to sell a few businesses as well. Currently no bites on anything, but that is what it is. So that's what I would suggest, doing, is trying to set up those business combos or merging, right? Now, when it comes to your business layouts, what I'm going to suggest would be, look at getting a couple of rares, right? So to have a couple of these rares. So let's go to my block nexus so I can show you. So I'm working on bringing this one up to the next to the next division. So what I would recommend is, having 1 or 2 good quality Leo and Co's or dens, right? The Lion Den resorts. And then you also want to maybe have 1 or 2 uncommons. I'm probably just going to run with 1 uncommon. And then the last thing you want to take into consideration as well is having a couple of bigger businesses. Now, I'm probably not going to run legendaries as part of my main pushing force. I might bring up some legendaries later on, but right now I'm planning on bringing up this Museo de Leon, and I'm likely also going to use the main motors. I do like the skin. So let's put the Nut Treehouse skin on. You can see, so that's from the Cretan monks. Let's put it on this one as well. Just get that extra little bonus. Like, it really helps with this business because it's so far away, but just looks cool, right? So that's what I would suggest. Try to get yourself, if you get a Museo de Leon and you get a few of them, try to increase the quality. A quality 3 museum is really powerful, and you're going to find it's going to be the centerpiece of your city. Spread them out, try to build some business combos. If you get lucky and pull an epic or a legendary and you want to try using it, definitely try using it. I think most people now, once you hit about 6 to 10 million diamond gen, which is very easily attainable, you will likely be outpacing and collecting more diamonds than what you can generate gold wise. So having some of these bigger 4 square businesses, they're going to help with that diamond sink basically, and help produce more cash for you to continue to propel your city forward. What do we got here? These are probably the attack notifications. Yeah. Okay, so that's sort of the layout strategy that I like to employ. So when it comes to prestiging these businesses, I like to focus on going up with a high quality common or a high quality rare. Move that up first, and then maybe you have 2, maybe 3 businesses like that you're going to move up first, whether it's a common or a rare. And then you're going to move forward with your bigger businesses. So maybe you've got a Leo or a LL Sports or a Pride Records or something like that. That's when you're going to work on that. And then you want to move on to your epics last, because the epics, they take a lot of gold and you need something to support them, right? It's not a very easy business to generate and push enough, or be able to push up first. You need to basically drag it up to the prestige. And then once it's up to that prestige, it's going to be producing a lot of gold to be able to push your commons and your rares up again. Once you get to a higher prestige level though, you want to start focusing on those rares rather than your commons. And then the commons are going to be brought up afterwards just to meet prestige requirements. Because, and I'll show you right now, in comparison, here's my Pride records. You can see what it's generating, 29.46 CN. And then here is my Cool Cat. It's a lot less, right? So it's technically not providing anything really to the city at this point, and they drop off pretty hard past Prestige 100. So by the time you're getting up to Prestige 100, you want to be considering the change out to a rare, right? And some of these uncommons as the ones that you use to break into the next prestige. All right, so that's sort of a little bit about the sequencing when it comes to prestiging. That's at least what I'm using. I mean, it's not foolproof. I've got still some tweaks here and there, but essentially that's what I've been doing. So, now as you are at a low level, what I would recommend if you are starting brand new from the game, hopefully you've made it this far into the video, but if you are brand new in the game, what you want to do is you want to place the businesses that you pull from your blueprints, and you want to level them up to about 300, right? Now, you want to find about 5 to 8 of those businesses that you're going to level up to about 300. Now, try to take the higher quality ones. You should be able to have about 14 blueprints at the start. You'll have 7 that they give you, and then you can go to your mansion and place 2 pieces of the first piece of furniture, and that should get you up to the next level as well, and you'll be able to have 14 total blueprints. Out of those 14, take the highest quality commons that you have, and if you get lucky and pull an uncommon, work with that uncommon, right? Now, if you have a rare or an epic, that's good. I would work with that as well. But essentially what you want to do is find about 5 to 8 businesses that'll help you push to avatar level 10. Now you want to push to avatar level 10 because you get the gold blueprints at that point, and you're going to get 7 of them. And the worst business you're going to pull out of it is the Felice or the Cineplex, the Leo & Co, or the Den. And with those, you probably will still be able to use them, but you might also get something really nice like a Motors, a bank, a museum, maybe an arcade or an Apex. And those are going to help with your gold generation significantly. So once you hit avatar level 10, you now meet the requirements to be able to go up to the first prestige. Now, once you open those gold blueprints, you also want to then reconsider which businesses you're using. And again, you want to go back to what I was saying earlier. Look at having a couple rares, an uncommon, and maybe a museum if you get lucky, or another epic. If you don't have a museum, maybe go 2 uncommons. Hopefully you get 2 different uncommons, and work on increasing their quality so they have a better gold generation. So that's what you would want to do. And then you want to push to the first prestige with a rare or a common, right? So if you've got a Den or a Leo & Co, level them up to first prestige. Or if you've got a high quality diner or a gym or your Cool Cat, level it up and get it to the next prestige first. And then you're going to pull up your uncommons, and you're going to pull up your mythical or your epics or your legendaries. So that's about the best way for sequencing that you can do. Other than that, I guess we can go quickly over all of the NFTs that are available right now in the game, and then I think we'll end the video there, just because it is getting pretty long for a beginner tip. So let's take a quick look here. We've got multiple collections. Sorry. I had to grab some water there. So we've got multiple collections here. There's the Loaded Lions. They're obviously the flagship collection. You can see what they provide you. You get cash, diamonds, and furniture XP. And then the Cubs also provide cash, diamonds, and furniture XP. So they're a bit expensive. I wouldn't recommend getting these avatars right away unless you really want to get into the Loaded Lion ecosystem. Then we've also got the Dark Lions. Now, I would recommend getting a Dark Lion after getting some lands, just because they really do help with your attacks. They'll increase your duration. They're going to reduce the cooldown, and they're also going to reduce the cost of your attacks. Let's just do it this way. Then we've got Mystery. So this is the Mary NFTs. They were the first NFT collection in the game. They provide 1/10 of what a Dark Lion provides. So you can get the cooldown reduction, debuff cost, and debuff duration. Then we got the Cretan Monks. They were the first Legion aligned partnership. And they are also the first with a skin in the game. So that was the Net Treehouse you saw that I applied to the main motors. Now, this one gives, I believe, basically a little bit less. I think it's like a third of what a Cub does. So you get the cash, the diamonds, and the furniture XP. Then we've got the Crazy Monsters. So this was the second NFT collection and the first collection that minted on the Crypto.com platform, because Mary was the one that minted on DeFi. So these are the Crazy Monsters arcane creatures. They are pretty helpful. I actually like them probably better. There we go. That's that error. This error keeps popping up. But yeah, so they provide you cash, the debuff cost, reduction, and debuff duration. Now, let me just refresh. And I like these ones better than Mary. They're about, well, I mean, you can mint them still. You'll find the mint link down in the description below. But also with these ones, you can also buy them on crypto.com, and they're about I think they're under $15 right now, which is a pretty good bang for the buck to be able to get 0.9% cash boost. So definitely look into the Crazy Monsters. I think they're a little hidden gem. They've got a lot of going on with their project as well. So they're probably one of the best PFPs, in my opinion, when it comes to, just the benefits that they provide just for the cost, right? Whereas the rest of them are all over, $30. I think Mary's around like $25, $30. The Monks are around like 60. Ishin, I believe, is upwards of like 45. So, and then your Cubs and your Dark Lions and your Lions, Loaded Lions, they're all pretty expensive. So just about in here. And then the last PFP collection there is your Ishin Revengers. They just joined very recently, like within the last 24 hours. So, if you're looking for a Legion aligned PFP with a cool skin, they are now available in Main City as well. Let me I know I showed them at the very start of the video here, but here they are again. This guy and this guy are some of my favorites. I like the little lion head claw. And I'm a big fan of Pokemon, so the Charizard pajamas, I had to have them. But they give cash, they give diamonds, just like any Legion. So Legion, these are 2 Legion benefits. And then they got the cooldown reduction. So we're able to attack more often. And then there's your cash bonus with the skin on the LL Sport. All right, just 1 second. Okay, so let's go over the backpacks, the tools, the weapons, and the armor, and then I'm just going to probably end it there. So we've got the backpacks. Here's your Moonwalker. This is the mythical. They're very expensive. This is your legendary version of the backpack. They're pretty helpful, good capacities. This is your epics, the adventurer, and then we've got your rares, which I believe they call the explorer, and then we've got your commuter backpack, which is your common. So these ones are about $8 right now. These ones are upwards of like 20. So these would be the backpacks you're looking to target. Now the rares, let's start the starter here. They have a range of 3 to 6. So you can see I've got a couple 4s and 5s there. I don't know if I have any 6s. Oh, there we are. So 6. So you want to try to find the ones with the higher capacity if you can. These ones go from 7 to 12. And then I believe this is 13 to 19. Maybe it's 20 or something like that. 13 to 19, I think, or maybe 18. And then these ones are about like, maybe it's 19 or 20-ish up to about 28. And then these are 29 to 39 for capacity. So they go up quite significantly. Moonwalkers are supposed to have a special benefit coming later. Nobody really knows what it is, but hopefully it's related to the expeditions and the monster fighting. Tools. So let's start with the cheapest tools here. So you got core tools. These are all 1 capacity. So you can get the grappling hook. They provide you with your with your furniture XP increase. They're pretty cheap. You can get them for $2 to $3, along with these hydro flasks. They also provide you with the experience, and then the last experience one is your gauntlets. Hopefully they load. But so those are your 3 core NFTs that provide you with XP bonuses. And then you've got the flashlight. This is your core that provides you with diamond gen. And then we've got the fedora, which provides you with your cash boost. Then we get into what are called the elite tools. So this is the first elite tool. It's your compass. It's going to provide you furniture XP. Now, a lot of the base ones do provide furniture XP, and these usually can be found for about $2 to $3 as well. Then you've got your knife. They also provide furniture XP. And one thing I'll say, with all of the elite tools and weapons and armor, they all have different elements, right? So you can see this is the, I believe they call it sunburnt. And then this is your petabyte. This is your azul. And then there's your ember. And then there's the verdant. So there's these 5 elements, and they all relate to the 5 main regions, right? So your Aurora Wilds, your Crimson Dunes, your Sapphire Sanctum, your Molten Forge, and your Blocked Nexus. Then we've got your lanterns, some more XP. You can get these for about $5. They're not too bad to pick up. And then there's the navigator pad. I think they're $5 or $6 as well. So definitely worth grabbing once you have a little bit more lands, and it's worth boosting your XP or your diamond production. And then we've got the med packs. These are some more diamond production boosters. And then the next one is your another diamond producing one, the binoculars. Then I believe it's the boots. Oh, actually the jacket first, and then the boots. So the jacket, these provide you with your cash boosters, and then you've got your footwear, the foot gear, that provide you a cash booster as well. And then we've got your groundbreaker. This provides you with 2 benefits. It gives you cash and furniture experience. And then the last, which is your mythical, it provides you with your cash and diamonds. This is your mobile shelter. All right, weapons. Let's start at the top. So this is to boost your Kingpin Wrath. So these are your core weapons. They're pretty expensive. They're around $20, but they're a lot cheaper than the elite tool. These are around $170, $180. Very expensive for what they are, but they both boost your Kingpin Wrath. Then you've got the core tool, your drone concealment matrix. This is going to boost your aerial bombardment. And then you've got your Gatling guns, which also boost your aerial bombardment. Then you've got your Pixel Jammer. This boosts your malware maelstrom. And you've got your virus capsule, which boosts your malware maelstrom. And this is the elite tool. Then you've got your bandit sidearm. This is for your Savannah bandit. This is your core tool. And then this is the elite tool, the time bomb, which boosts that. And then the last one is your venom vial. This is going to boost your veil of venom. And then there's your smoke grenade launcher. So you can launch these out and be able to land them inside somebody's city and take down all those common businesses. So these are super cheap. I would recommend maybe picking up a couple of these, especially early, to boost your attacks. Once you pass a couple lands here and there. So these are usually like $2 to $3. Keep an eye out for them. These are usually around $5, so they're worth also picking up. And then your virus capsule, these are around $15, which are also pretty beneficial. So I would recommend maybe looking at some of these cheaper NFTs when it comes to your attack boosters. Now, armor, these are not the most recommended, especially because you can move your businesses around to find a land that's not under attack, which will be more beneficial because right now defenses are very expensive and you're probably not going to have the diamonds available to purchase them. But we'll start off at the top here. So you've got the core tool. This is your prosperity canister. This boosts your photon barrier. And then you've got your photon barrier booster, which is your elite tool, the power generator. Now these are expensive. I think these are around like $30. These are like $160, $170, right up there with the data pads. These are pretty expensive as well. I think you're looking at like $30 as well. Most of the core tools are core armor and weapons are around between $20 and $40, depending on which one it is. But this will also boost your Leo's arsenal. And then here's your EMP shell, which is the elite tool. And we've got the grid watcher. This is your core tool, boosting your gigabyte guardian. These are probably the most expensive ones. And then there's your encryption device. This is very helpful for keeping your best cities protected. Then for your Savannah bandit, we've got your constabulary's armor, which is the perimeter patrol. It'll boost that. And then you've got your thermal vision goggles, which will help you see those pesky dark lions as they sneak up on your city. Then you've got the last, which is your poison purifier. This is your gale of safety booster. It'll help you breathe in the smoke, and you've got your wind turbines to help blow that smoke away. These are pretty cheap. You'd probably find them $2 to $3. These are probably about, I think they're $5 to $7, somewhere around there. So you could pick up a couple of them, especially if you're playing on a lower tier lands with lots of obstacles. These are pretty decent defenses, but I would still recommend getting the weapons over defense NFTs, because you're going to be able to attack your way out of deficit more times than not. And like I said earlier, you can just move your businesses off those lands to be able to dodge the attacks. All right, so that's essentially what you got for the NFTs. Now, if you're not aware of it, the playbook, this page is the page that you need to basically have bookmarked. It's the in-game parameters. This is going to go over absolutely everything. All of your diamond production from lands, your land combo parameters, your everything. It's got everything you need from faction bonuses right down to your avatar levels, what happens. You can see your normal leader bonuses, right? So leaderboard bonuses, you get these different ranking bonuses. There's also all of the information on the NFTs. So everything I just went over here tells you the exact specifications. There's the information on backpacks, tools, your tactical gear, right? All of this stuff's in there, as well as the skin parameters, right? So you can see all the different skin parameters that are available. I don't have the other three. If you are interested in buying them, you're able to purchase them here. To me, they're a bit too expensive. I don't really think that they're worth it, and I don't even use any of these businesses. in my main setup. So for me, it's not really the most useful use of 500 crow or 200 crow or 125 crow. Instead, I buy businesses to burn while I merge. And then the last thing I want to give you guys is a little tip. There's a fan-made website. This is the ManeCity Manager. So this is a really useful tool if you're looking for any information on any stuff, right? You're able to put in your avatar count, figure out exactly what you guys have. He does need to update it now that Ishan's in. You also have a really helpful thing, which is the business prestiging. So this is super helpful because it'll tell you exactly how much time it'll take. Like, let's say I've got a Lion Den Resort and it's only prestige 10 and I want to bring it up to prestige 289 and I'm making 500 or 550 million. What is that? 500, so 2 more zeros. There we go. So the estimated time to reach the diamonds is going to be a day, 3 hours and 44 minutes. And it tells you exactly how much is required. So this is super helpful if you're looking at, doing some mass upgrading. Gives you an idea of the diamonds and the gold requirements. So a very helpful tool. Definitely check it out if you haven't. And even just like leveling up a business, right? So this is the prestiging and division cost versus just leveling it up, right? So if you're starting at, let's say 550 and you needed to bring up your, where is it? LL Sport to 590 and the current prestige is 289. Tells you exactly how much gold you need, how many diamonds you need, all of that. So super helpful tool. Definitely recommend it. It's ManeCityManager.com. I've done a video reviewing it previously, but I'll leave the link down below as well if you're interested in checking it out. So that's about all I got for you guys today. Hopefully that's a pretty encompassing overview of everything you can look forward to doing in Main City. Definitely a lot of stuff going on here, but I guess to summarize it, right, First, you want to try to get to avatar level 10, so you get those gold blueprints. Then figure out the first 8 to 10 businesses you're going to work with. Probably look at having at least 1 or 2 rares, an uncommon, maybe 2 uncommons. You're going to have at least an epic if you get lucky and pull one. If not, then that's where you want those 2 uncommons. If you do get lucky and pull like a Museo de Leon, then maybe just do 1 uncommon in that museum. And then if you get lucky and have a legendary or a 4-square epic business, it would definitely help your city with the gold production. Sequencing, you want to start off with your commons and rares, bring them up first, then pull up your uncommon, then you're going to pull up your epic, and then you're going to pull up the legendary. And then you're going to rinse and repeat. Other than that, look at merging. Merge your higher quality businesses, such as your uncommons, your rares, and your epics. I don't know if you really want to try merging legendaries, but that's up to you if you want to. And then other than that, try to check in daily, do your daily roar, come to your quests here. Make sure you do your weekly bonus quests to get that extra 1% for everything. Especially if you're going to be placing furniture, it's helpful to make sure you have both of these active. That way you get that extra 2% bonus on your furniture placement. And then also make sure you're purchasing your free lands, right? Make sure you buy these as often as you can. Definitely get the first ones. And then if you're going to look at purchasing NFTs, look at some of the land NFTs. Probably the Fractured Fate starters will get you going pretty good. And then maybe a First Frontier Dune. Other than that, guys, I wish you best of luck in Main City. Sorry for the very long video, but hopefully this covers everything that you guys need to know and makes it a little bit more digestible. And if there's anything I did miss, drop it down in the comments below. Also, make sure you're looking at the playbook, get that stuff understood. There's a lot of good information in it. And then check out Main City Manager as well to help you calculate some of the finer details of your city. Anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching. If you made it this far, kudos to you. Let me know if you did. And we'll catch you in the next video. Hopefully DJ Oracle and I will be making a podcast coming up very soon. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, take care, guys. We'll talk to you later.